Welcome to the Overweighted podcast, where we get real about the struggles of being obese and needing to lose a whole lot of weight. My name's Malaika. I'm your host, weight loss mentor and coach. Join me on my personal weight loss journey to lose about 200 pounds, and as I share my very real experiences, plus some simple, successful, and sustainable weight loss tips and mindset shifts so that we can mark lose weight off of our to-do list for good. I'm so excited to actually get this podcast up and going. This is that first episode where I basically am just going to say what we're here for, why I'm doing this, and all of those good things. So let's start off with, who is this for? Who do I really serve in the world? And mainly that's mostly going to be women, but of course, my brothers, you are so welcome to join us anytime here. Basically, women that have significant amount of weight to lose. If you've lost weight and regained it over and over again, and probably when you gained it, you ended up gaining even more. If you are so sick of diets and restrictions and fads and all of those things. If you want to lose weight and keep it off for good this time. And if you want some encouragement and accountability on your weight loss journey, then this is going to be the podcast for you. So my name's Malaika Burley, and just to tell you a little bit about myself, I love me some Jesus. And even though this isn't really a biblical weight loss podcast or a biblical podcast, I am a woman of faith, so that will be thrown in here from time to time. So I just want you to be aware of that. I am a divorced mom of 4. My kids are 4 of the most amazing, resilient kids ever. I am a breast cancer survivor. Matter of fact, I just recently got diagnosed with breast cancer during COVID in 2020. So that wasn't fun. I'll just say that. So I'll share a little bit more about my testimony at some other point in time, because I really feel like it will help some of you that may be going through. But some of the other things, I have a BS in physiology. I'm a certified group fitness instructor and a certified nutrition coach. But most importantly, I am an encourager of people. I truly want to see you succeed. I want to provide value and help you on this weight loss journey. So how did I even get into this? I started documenting my weight loss journey on YouTube a little over a year ago. And at that time, I didn't know that it was going to lead me here. And that's just God, because at that time, I was in a different business. I was selling jewelry. I loved it. I was doing well. It was providing for the kids and I wasn't even trying to do anything else. So through starting that weight loss channel, the Lord ended up leading me here to where I am now. And at this point now, starting this podcast. And if you want to listen to the full story of exactly how I got here and got started, I was a guest on the Garden of Favor podcast with Heather Shriver Burns. It's episode number 108. I will link it in the show notes for you, but that's going to really give you some detail about how I came from selling jewelry to becoming a fitness instructor and coach and having a show on Roku with my exercise classes, and then now here I am on this podcast. So it's just a really interesting journey. I personally am on a weight loss journey. Like I mentioned, I have my YouTube channel documenting that, and I'm on a journey to lose about 200 pounds total. At this point, I have lost over 50 pounds, and I just love to share what's working for me, because I want to see you be your best self, however you define that for you. That doesn't necessarily mean that you want to be really skinny or thin. It doesn't mean that you want to necessarily fit in a certain size, that whatever society says is the size that you need to fit into, but really just feeling your best and feeling confident and having the energy to do your best work and live your best life. So I love to share things that are working for me throughout my journey so that I can help and encourage others through theirs. So that's exactly what this podcast is going to be about. I'm going to be sharing my personal weight loss journey. I'm going to share my weigh-ins with you so you can know how I'm doing along my journey. So I'm also going to share what it's like living obese, the bad and the good. And as a weight loss mentoring coach, I'm going to be sharing weight loss tips. And I like to make sure that however I'm losing weight and whatever I'm sharing, that it's going to be simple, successful, and sustainable. Simple because I don't know about you, but it can be overwhelming and confusing with all of the advice and things out there. Successful because obviously we actually want to lose the weight. And then sustainable because we want to keep it off this time. Like I mentioned earlier, like if you're in that losing weight and regaining cycle, that's frustrating. I've been there, I've done it, so I know what that's like. So I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing now is sustainable and we are keeping it off this time. I'm also going to be sharing some mindset shifts because really the foundation of my business is Romans 12, 1 and 2. And if you know that verse, at least Romans 12 and 2, that's, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So changing your mindset and your thinking is really going to be important on this journey. So I'm going to be sharing mindset shifts. I'm also going to obviously give you some encouragement and accountability. I've actually set up a SpeakPipe account. So if you go to malaikaburley.com/message, I would love for you to share with me some wins that you're having on your weight loss journey so that I can feature them here on the podcast. So if you lost 2 pounds this week, then I want to hear about it. If you have any non-scale victories, like you just went down a dress size, or maybe you used to average 5,000 steps a day and now you're averaging 7,000 steps a day. I want to hear that stuff. I want to celebrate you on the podcast. So again, malaikaburley.com/message. So I want to be able to celebrate with you and encourage you on your journey and also help hold you accountable, so that, again, we can make this something sustainable. So that's a little about who I am and what the Overweighted podcast is going to be all about. So join me each week and let's mark lose weight off of our to-do list for good. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you got any value out of this or something just really resonated with you, can you do me a favor and leave a review? It helps others find the show so that it could help them too. Also, I'd love to connect with you on other platforms. I'm Malaika Burley on IG and YouTube. And go grab my free webinar, The 5 Keys to Simple, Successful, and Sustainable Weight Loss at malaikaburley.com. And of course, all of those links are in the show notes. Thanks again and have a blessed day.